He's got the greatest 3-fight win streak in the history of the sport. He knocks out Alexander Volkanovski, Max Holloway, and then Charles Oliveira. It's the greatest 3-fight.
Holloway and Volkanovski back to back. He thinks that, I can knock these guys out. But the only fight he's had at 55, he's gotten dropped by Jai Herbert. And then we've seen him get like out-muscled and out-wrestled by a couple guys at 45. I think Islam's just...
Joe Rogan has weighed in on the ongoing tension between Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria, calling their latest exchange the kind of spark that could set up the UFC's next blockbuster fight. Meanwhile, Khamzat Chimaev has returned to the U.S. with his visa issues resolved and is already stirring the pot. Now in Los Angeles, Chimaev is finishing his training camp for UFC 319 on August 16 in Chicago, where he'll face Dricus du Plessis for the title. But his focus isn't solely on the belt. He's also firing back at longtime critic Sean Strickland, who has been talking about him for years. Elsewhere, Arman Tsarukyan is pushing for his title shot, and rumors of a possible Conor McGregor vs. Khabib Nurmagomedov rematch are beginning to resurface.
Sean Strickland, all these guys, they should be afraid of us. We fight not just for us, like they do. We fight for all Muslims.
That's right. Wow.
At the UFC 319 media scrum, Khamzat Chimaev said, "I'm in LA, bro. If it's personal, just come. I'm here anytime." He accused Sean Strickland of only talking tough when he was out of the country, adding, "When I was there, he said nothing. The moment I leave, he starts talking."
You just come. You know, it's like, if you knew, I always say there's guys, if you knew on a personal level you wouldn't like, Chimaev is one of those people if you knew you wouldn't like. You know, he'll come in here. There's a video of me, I always like, "Oh, you're so good." Come is up. Understand, you're better than most, you're better than everybody. So just don't hurt people. Like, I'm being sarcastic.
23. 2. Y'all got 2, you need one more? There you go. You got 2 kids? Oh. You got the piece too? There's no more coming? These big. No more pieces. I don't offer that anymore. Thank you.
That's where Dustin Poirier's Good Fight Foundation holding its annual school backpack giveaway today. Poirier, of course, known for being a great fighter, but also for giving back to the community. A total of 1,200 backpacks filled with school supplies being given away on a first-come, first-served basis to school kids at Service Chevrolet Cadillac here in Lafayette.
Because I realize I have a platform that people are listening.
So I'm just still waiting, training, and trying to call out Ilia as much as possible.
Yeah, we've seen some of the tweets towards Ilia. They've been funny. I enjoyed the duck video that you did. What do you make of the fact that he says he would rather give up the belt than fight today? He just don't deserve it. He doesn't want it.
I mean, he feels that he's gonna lose that fight, and it's better to give the belt and then
to go in there and get the job done. But then guess what, Arman? You have made yourself a star already by some of these antics to build this fight up. And Ilia Topuria, as we know, is already a star. So he's going to continue to just be a bigger star if he's able to stop all these guys that are trolling.
Everybody and their damn mom.
Next for Ilia. Who should be next for Ilia? 55 has always been so cloudy at the top. Maybe Gaethje. I think him going to 170 to fight Islam, if Islam wins, is a stretch. You know, Islam's big, man. I've never seen Ilia in person, but he seems smaller. I know obviously he can knock anyone out. I do think if they fight, Ilia can knock anybody out from 45.
It's my fault, you know. I didn't have everyone knows I didn't have the visa to US. That's why I didn't fight only once in Abu Dhabi. So now Donald Trump here, so we go for a fight.
Everyone's talking about that White House fight, the White House card next year.
Bro, look at my face. I don't think so. They let me come over there.
I can't see Ilia fighting Islam. He's only defended the belt once, and he's not that big of a star to just jump. He's not McGregor. You know what I mean? To just jump right up and fight for the other belt.
Charles Oliveira's really good, man. Really good. For him to starch him like that with essentially one punch it's extraordinary.
Ну это маркетинг. Они делают это специально, чтобы разогреть этот бой. У людей уже есть интерес к этому. Значит, они делают правильно, и мы будем бороться за первое место в рейтинге.
Joe Rogan is urging the UFC to book a massive clash between Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria, calling it one of the biggest fights on the horizon. While Makhachev is currently gearing up for a welterweight title bout against champion Jack Della Maddalena, Rogan believes those plans should be scrapped in favor of facing Topuria. "If I'm the matchmaker, I'm calling Islam," Rogan said. "Jack Della is a lot of fun, sure, but come on, Islam is the fight. Maybe when they call him, they ask, is there a number? Is there something we can do? Because that's the one everyone wants."
Ilia Topuria versus Islam Makhachev is the fight I'm dying to see. They're both very similar, high-level striking and grappling. Not to mention they both have extreme power and high fight IQ. Us MMA fans want to see the best versus the best, and this is it, guys. But the question remains, who wins?
Ilia Topuria may be one of my favorite guys to watch stylistically. How he doesn't force things, not getting emotional, not pushing too hard, also not taking his foot off the gas too much. He's just right there in the middle until he lands the big knockout punch. So I think he could catch Islam, but if that fight goes anything past 15 minutes, I think Islam beats him handedly, just because Islam is a large 155er, and I don't think Ilia is that big.
Islam, the second round. I think in the division, stylistically, honestly, I see Islam just like dominating all these guys. Obviously, Justin always has that knockout chance. He always has that power. And then
said that you're ready to go up a division. There's a tweet from Ilia Topuria that he can go up the weight and he can beat you with no problem. What do you think about that?
Не знаю, еще столько соперников, и все хотят меня там в первом, во втором раунде финишировать, все говорят об этом, но я же сказал, сделайте 70 килограмм, заходите в клетку. И посмотрим, кто кого.
You have two guys that are stars in the same area. It's Anderson Silva, George St. Pierre all over again. Who would have won? George St. Pierre, Anderson Silva. That debate still goes on. I look at that fight and I say Islam, but Ilia's the one that pushed for the fight. When we look back at this situation, the fact that Ilia entered the division, gave his belt up, tried to get the fight, I think it's going to create a real problem in the future when you're debating these two. And we got a source saying the same time that Islam knew he was going to go to 170, but didn't say anything.
Champion essentially supposed to look like. Make the calls, go out there, deliver on the calls. Then all of a sudden vacates the title. I mean, how do you feel? Because you said earlier, like you were looking at him and going, there's holes here.
I think it's good for the sport, to be honest with you. I mean, him and Islam, people really want to see that. Everybody has their own style, and it seems like his style is just doing what he did. Honestly, I believe Islam is just a little too much for him, but I'm also a fan, so I would...
Coming up, he was like, I don't have to take this risk. I'm gonna move up to the 170. I'm gonna try to get another belt, and that's all, because he knows that I'm dangerous. He knows that I'm gonna put him to sleep. Even Khabib. The only reason they don't want me to fight against him, because they...
Islam, Makhachev, and Jack Della Maddalena, if that title fight's gonna get booked soon?
I'll let you know when we get it done.
And just kind of piggybacking off that, obviously with Ilia's win, everyone's really excited to potentially see a future fight with him and Islam. I know that's the fight that people wanted. Ilia said earlier this week that if Islam loses that fight, he wouldn't give the opportunity for Islam to fight for his belt again. Is that something you'd bypass? Because that seems like such a big fight to make.
This is all talk.
Speculative.
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
But I imagine that's a fight you guys would want to make at some point. Just the magnitude of it.
I'd make that fight tomorrow.
Islam Makhachev is going to be fighting Jack Della Maddalena. How do you think those two match up?
I think Jack's fight against Bilal was a perfect fight for leading into that. Just purely, you take a lot out of stop and takedowns, because again, there's every fighter still going to have little doubts that are going to creep in. I'm sure Jack was going through that, being like, all right, worried about, what if he takes me down and all that. But the fact that he was able to stop it and feel so comfortable, I guarantee you he's leveled up again. His confidence in his takedowns has just went up significantly leading into this fight. I think his confidence is going to be at a whole nother level. So through camp, I guarantee you, if he's back in training right now, people trying to take him down are going to find it almost impossible. Only the top guys are going to have a chance of taking him down, and they're going to have a very hard time even holding him down.
I've seen Islam, bro. He's a big guy. He's had a lot of weight to get to 55. I think he might start doing better at 70. Problem is, though, Jack is special. We're going to see just how special he is if he beats Islam Jack. #1 pound for. Wow, that's impressive. You know, I'm leaning towards Islam, brother.
Oh, really?
You know, but I really think it's gonna be a tough fight for him, but a great fight, man.
Jack was able to defend takedown attempts by Bilal.
Bilal has the best cardio in MMA, but Bilal doesn't have Islam's technique. Not same technique. Not same. Very good, very aggressive. Bilal never stops. A dog. Attack. But Islam is like smart, man. Boom. You know, Islam's level of wrestling is above. His stand-up game is improving. I don't think he could go stand-up in the beginning with Jack. Jack has way better hands, way better range, faster, stronger. But as the rounds go on later and later, he could do.
When I interview him in the cage afterwards, I'm always like, how?
Really?
How are you 155?
Yeah.
How?
I know.
How?
I know.
He's thick as he's got a giant back.
Yeah.
And when he gets a hold of guys, it's like he's just got this leverage, this grappling squeeze that it's. I remember when he fought Drew Dober, and like when he got Dober down to the ground, I was like, that's a wrap. He's a threat everywhere. Like when he knocked out Volk with that high kick.
Yeah.
And
That was
crazy. But granted, if I was in
10
Volk's
days.
corner, I would say, no,
I know.
you're not taking it. You've been drinking beer and eating kebabs. Like, there's no way you're taking this fight on 10 days' notice. I don't care how confident you are. I don't care how much you like fighting. That's a crazy thing. I don't care how much money they're paying you. Because you look at the slide that his career took, right? He arguably won that first fight with Islam. Very close fight. Loses a decision. Or was it a draw?
It was a decision. Shit, was it a draw? That's actually.
How do you think Islam Makhachev will do at 170 when he fights Jack Della Maddalena?
I don't know. I don't care, to be honest. I never thought about that. So I don't
have any advice for Jack, who might be coming up against Islam Makhachev next?
The advice, like, he has to work the straight body shots, because that takes away the intentions of the takedown. If he works with the straight body shots, he's gonna stop his intentions of the takedowns. And he's doing a great job at the striking. I like how he fought.
Bro, what's cracking, man? Chilling. Hey, now listen, you're welterweight. You've been in the game a long time. Islam moving up to 170. Is he big enough for 170?
My personal opinion, I don't think he is, but he's a champ. We'll see when he's there. You know what I'm saying? He has a fight. He's fighting the champ. That's the best 170 in the world right now, right? So we'll see.
So you don't think he has the size, but how do you think he does in the fight versus JDM?
I personally think JDM beats him. I think JDM will be able to get up if he does take him down. I don't think he'll be able to take JDM shots. I think personally...
It's Jack Della Maddalena.
I think we'll find out first, second round how much trouble he has getting him down. I think if he gets those takedowns, he's going to get the win. If Jack can stop those takedowns, which he does have good takedown defense, I think the boxing and the size could wear on Islam and give him some problems. But his striking's, awkward and different. You have to worry so much about the takedown. You can't plant your feet and throw off those number combinations and really rip and sit on your punches, because he's going to change levels. So it changes the way you fight. For me, it did. I'm speaking from experience. So we'll see how Jack approaches and how Jack executes out there. But if you're worried about takedowns, your shots are different. You're not sitting on everything and standing in front of the guy. You're trying to move and be light on your feet. I think the first 2 rounds will tell us how this fight.
It's a fantastic fight. It's a big-time fight. And if Jack Della looks the way he did last weekend, it's very, very intriguing fight, because we've never seen Islam Makhachev fight up at 170 pounds. We've never seen it. We've never seen him have to compete up 15 more pounds. Yes, he is a big dude, but in terms of full-on stature, is he big as Jack Della Maddalena is? And also, if he thought he may fight International Fight Week, how small had he gotten? And how much time does he have to put the weight back on the right way before he moves up? A lot of questions, but it's a big time fight, and we'll get into the X's and O's as we get closer. But right now we're talking the story. We're talking about a guy that just beat Bilal Muhammad to become champion, now getting challenged by a 155-pound champion.
O que você acha que ganha entre o Jack Della Maddalena e o Islam?
O Maddalena, ele é um jogo muito complicado, porque ele é um cara que ele não vem pra te nocautear rápido, ele vem pra te finalizar, ele vem te magoando, né?
Aos poucos, né?
Aos poucos. Foi o que ele fez agora na luta contra o Bilal. Só que eu acho que o Islam vai se dar muito bem nessa categoria, né, mano? Agora vai estar muito mais forte, é um jogo que, ele gosta de agarrar e botar pra baixo. Eu acho que o Jack Maddalena fazia a mesma luta que ele fez, né? Agora contra o Bilal, batendo, movimentando, saindo, machucando, é uma luta, mas se deixar o Isla...
Ilia, stop running, Ilia. Stop running, Ilia.
Good boy. I'll make it quick, no worries. Good boy.
Bryce Mitchell as the worst. He's the worst fighter in 145. He took him down and like hold him. I mean, I can tell he's not high level. I can't wait
closely.
Guys, I want to give an update on how I'm doing. Everything is going pretty well. I got another tube out. Only have one tube left, and I wanted to make a reflection with where I was listening to one thing ago, which was Father's Day. So I'll read you this journal entry. It's from our friend Amber. I actually thought my wife wrote it. That was mistaken. So there really hasn't been any big updates on it. Days. Sleep in my own bed, eat my own food, hang out with my family. It's great. That being said, I still got so many physical challenges to deal with. I'm still down about 35 pounds from where I should be. I gotta walk with a walker. I can't walk. Can't walk. This 5 pound weight, this is actually hard for me to curl, right? And you know, right before I had to go to the hospital, like in this video right here.
Askren looked noticeably thin in the video.
Insurance is a scam, and it's so sad. Right when you need these companies, they're not there, and it's up. And his insurance denied him to get the double lung transplant, which is also one of the most expensive surgeries, which is why they denied it. It just sucks. It sucks that no one's doing anything. I was obviously super busy this week, so we're figuring out the donation now. But none of these people like Dana.
One down.
No one's ready for that.
O'Malley, right, gets all this credit for his hands, his boxing, and I think you're right there, if not better.
When me and O'Malley fight, I'll get to show that I'm a lot better than him. When you think about O'Malley, man, like he's had a good run at stuff, but I think if you fight tough guys for long enough, like there's gonna be nights where you just don't win. You know what I mean? Because all of these guys are really good. And I fought the best guys for a really long time. O'Malley's not really one of those guys that gets to say that he's fought all of the best of the division.
Fatigued in the last round with Trickus.
There was one point in the third round where me and him, we really put it on, and we kind of had this agreement like, okay, you're fucked, I'm fucked. Let's chill for a little bit. And then round 4, I came out, cool. Bam, 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 and I did that sprawl on him. But again, he's so stubborn because I sprawled on him. Like he shot. My hips hit the back of his head into the mat. Might have rocked him, I don't know. And then Mark Goddard's like, get up. He's on one knee. And then when he was like, get up. And he finally decided to get up slowly. And I tried to attack him. He just...
When did I become the underdog?
You know, it's a pick 'em. It's very...
Nobody said anything about dogs, bro. Chill out.
I said that... Better shut the fuck up before I go get my coach's taser as well. Tase your balls.
Weapon. He's a true warrior. And I can say that firsthand because he beat me, right? With the same cumbersome throwing punches, right? It's funny. I saw the same moment Adesanya had in that fight, in his fight, that I had in my fight. And it was somewhere in the first round where you see the punches, you move out of the way of the punches, and you realize like, he's slow. I can see them. Like I got this. Like it's almost like you're like
$500,000 if he beat me. If I beat him, he's gonna give me $500,000. So I can put it that.
Okay, so he's willing to make handshake bet.
If he wants to make that, so I'm down, and we can shake hand fight. If I lose, I'll give him $500,000. If I beat him, he's gonna give me